Good afternoon. This is Air Vice Marshal Sharma, Air Veteran. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the effective communication skills. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are aware that communication is the most potent tool that a human being has got. In our case, it's the language. Whatever language that you speak, we must be able to communicate effectively, fluently. In India, we have the vernacular languages spoken all over the country, different languages in different states, but the common link or the universal language that we come across and which is also the global language is English. Now, a lot of people have hesitation. They feel underconfident while communicating in English. Therefore, it's very important for me to share with you certain tips that will help you to overcome that hesitance and also gain that confidence to communicate effectively. First of all, when you need to communicate formally, you need to have a complete understanding of the subject that you're going to talk on. When you do that, you need to go through a lot of books, articles, papers, viewpoints, and you need to build up your own perspective or viewpoint. And when you build up your own perspective, you need to communicate effectively, confidently. Ladies and gentlemen, confidence is the key. Knowledge is the key. Effectiveness is the key. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be a good communicator, you need to know the language, you need to know the subject, you need to analyze it, and you need to talk confidently. That is what I like to tell everyone, that for becoming an effective speaker or communicator, you must have all these points.
Sir, what are the top 3 secrets of speaking fluent English?
Know your subject, research it thoroughly, analyze it, and talk confidently.
Some people have hesitation how to start. So, what is that first trigger to start?
You need to read a lot. That is the secret. When you read, a lot of communication happens between the outer world and you. You will internalize it and you'll be able to absorb that. That becomes a trigger for you to communicate to the outside world.
Sir, the personal experience you would like to share, because when you started speaking English, how difficult it was for one. Because the person who speaks English has grown up into an English environment may be very easy. But someone who has never been into the English environment and nobody's around, and even people laugh when somebody try to speak English.
Manmohan, although I studied in a vernacular school, but I had a flair for speaking English, for learning English. I used to read a lot, and whenever I got a chance to communicate and talk to the people in English, even in junior schools, I used to do that.
And last hack, sir, one hack to be an excellent spoken English player.
If you want to speak good English, first you need to think in English and not translate it from Hindi to English. So you need to internalize the entire thought process, chronologically put it in a sequence that you can speak effectively in English.
Sir, someone who has never done higher education or never been to a college, someone who is 10th class pass, can he speak English?
Educational degrees or qualification have got no connection between the communication skill and or his ability or inability to do that. I have come across certain speakers who are natural speakers who have acquired a good command over English, and they are effective and very efficient communicators. So don't get carried away and don't undermine yourself. So start from today.
So some housewife says that they want to speak English, but when they stay at home, nobody around us able to encourage them, or they don't have any resource with whom they can practice this. So what they should do?
First, they need to talk to themselves. They need to read, they need to think, and then they need to talk to themselves. They can practice a little on their own, looking at themselves in mirror, and even talking to their friends. Social media is a very important tool. You can make video calls, WhatsApp calls, and you can record your own voice. You can see what are the areas which need improvement.
Very good point, sir. So they can meet their friends on social media and practice with them. So
Absolutely, and they can record their own voice. These days the mobile phones, they've got all the facilities, all the options available. They can record the voice, they can edit it, they can delete it, they can have another trial till the time they reach a level of perfection that they wish to acquire.
And so it is seen that the people in appearing for interviews at SSB and they feel that if they could speak good English, this could add some value to their personality or to the evaluator.
Certainly, I'm certainly of the view that if you are able to put across your point more effectively, the assessor is able to understand and engage with you in a better way. If you are not able to put across your viewpoint in a lucid and effective manner, then it is presumed that you do not have the required leadership qualities. Because for senior positions, for becoming a leader, you need to be a good communicator.
And my last query, sir. A lot of people have joined English speaking courses, or they purchase books, English speaking course. So how these courses are helpful, or this is required, or without these courses also one can be an excellent speaker?
Well, while these courses can act as a reference tool, but the basic ammunition lies within you. One is your keenness to learn, and when you have that, and when you read on a particular subject, you will like to talk about it in the language that you read. You need to internalize, and when you do that, and the confidence that you display when you have the mastery of that subject, I think it's going to be the best communication that one can think of.
English, something it has with the intelligence or wisdom, or just it is just a communication tool, sir?
Like any other language, English is one of the languages, right? And every language has got its own syntax, its own pattern, own semantics, right? So therefore, if you wish to write English, if you wish to speak English, you need to read English, you need to think in English, you need to internalize it, you need to express it in the way that it is supposed to be expressed in.
Thank you so much, sir. I think our viewers, the persons, those are eager to learn English speaking and they want to be the expert master of spoken English, they will be benefited with this. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Manmohan.